Ryan, congratulations.
Thank you.
Off and running. Fairly steady performance. How would you rate it?
Probably rate that 5 out of 10. Obviously, Willy played well in his first game, and I was expecting probably a little bit more from him. The crowd were ridiculously loud, considering it's like the first game in the afternoon, and maybe that put him off a little bit. But obviously, 92 average is rubbish, really. But look, you can do nothing more than win. It was a 3-0 win. I took my chances at the right time, and I'm looking to go a lot further in the tournament than where I am now.
Do you feel that first leg killed his confidence, missing 6 darts and the way you stepped in?
Yeah, maybe. The first leg of a match can be huge to how the match continues. I don't know if I hit the double first dart or what, but finishing is the biggest part of the game. You can score as well as you want, but if you don't hit finishes, you're not going to win legs. And I feel I managed to nick the first set. Obviously went 2-2 in the second set, and it was my throw, and I went out at 14. I think it was 64 and 2 darts. And I didn't look back from there. And obviously, if you're 2-0 up, there's a lot of pressure on someone that's chasing the game from 2-0 down. I've said before in previous interviews that I want Noppert to win his next game because I want to beat him so bad. Obviously I've never beaten Danny Noppert before. I think he's the only one now in the top 32 that I haven't beaten in the past. And I may say this and he may smash me 4-0. It might happen, but I want to try and turn the tables on Noppert next after Christmas.
Do you look at little things like that in your record against other players?
Yeah, 100%. There's games against Noppert. I played him at the Players' Champs finals a couple of years ago. I was 5-2 up. Ended up just not hitting a thing from being 5-2 up and losing 6-5. And that really hurt for a little while. Obviously, I played him in the European Championships this year, and we both averaged 101. It was a good game. He took out 170 and at the right time, and that really hurt. And other things. And obviously, he's a class player. Probably doesn't get the credit he deserves. But yeah, I hope I play him next round.
So you have a little chuckle with George Noble. Did you miscount?
Yeah, he said that I hit a treble 7, and I couldn't believe that. I was like, "You're talking rubbish, aren't you, man?" I can't remember what I had left. What did I have left? You probably tell me. 97, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said I hit treble 7 instead of a 19. But yeah, good job I didn't hit the double 12 was on the bust, and I'd been back down to 0. But because he said I had 22 left, and I sort of half questioned it. Obviously I went up to him and said, I'm sure he hit 19 and treble 18 to lead double 12. But obviously my eyesight is probably my biggest weakness in the game, and I was lucky enough to get away with it.
What's it been like since the Players' Championship final? How have you taken it all in, getting to that major final, and have expectations now changed because of that?
Not really. Obviously I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed it, getting to the final. It was a massive amount of experience for me, never been in that position before. The pressure that surrounds being in even a semi-final when I was playing Brendan, because I feel like there's a lot of pressure on both of us, because it was a huge opportunity for both of us to reach a major final. And I didn't play well in that game, but I got through. But you can sort of, it's from the quarterfinals to the semi-final, you can feel it in the crowd that it's just a different kind of pressure, and that's something that I've never felt before. And that's something that I'll learn from and go forward from here.
Right, congratulations.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Ryan, just on Willy there, he sort of was the 9-dart hero in that first game. Do you think that carried over and there was a lot more pressure on him in this game?
Yeah, perhaps. Look, I went up to him and before the game started, and we were in the back room practicing, and I said, "Look, I hope you hit another 9, because I'd like for him to win the money in the crowd. For someone in the crowd to win the money." I was practicing with a couple of friends, and I think that's probably one of the only games that I watched, because that was who I was going to play in my first game, and that was a fantastic game. I think Bradley played a great first set, and he missed 6-9 darts to win the first leg in the next set, and he sort of dipped from there, really. And I felt like if you can just sort of play solid, you don't have to play your A game to to really blow him away, just sort of put constant pressure on him, and put him under pressure, and hopefully he sort of buckles a little bit. I feel like I did that quite well, and he didn't really hit a huge amount, so he sort of gave me an easy passage through. I think the second set, I took out that 64 and 2 darts to go 2-0 up, and for a 14 darter, and I think that sort of changed the game really.
You talk about how loud the crowd was for an afternoon session. It's not often you hear them like that at half 12, 1 o'clock.
No, that was unreal. I couldn't believe it. It felt like Minehead all over again. Like, I'm not huge on social media, but I put on Facebook that, after I played Peter Wright and I was collecting my runner-up trophy, and they were chanting my name, that that would stay with me forever, and that will, and it was sort of close to that, and it's the first round game, so if I manage to get a bit further in the tournament and hopefully the crowd will be behind me, who knows what the crowd will be like.
Are you noticing a little bit after Minehead that you've got a little bit more support, maybe getting more messages, and when you're out there you've got people that are behind you?
Yeah, maybe. I got a story that just after Minehead, I took my kids were at school, and I took my girlfriend out for a meal for lunchtime, and we were sat there having our meal, and the waiter came over and he said, "Oh, I've got this bit of paper for you," and I was like, "All right, okay, fair enough." And this bit of paper said, "Oh, well done in the final. I feel like you should have won," and blah blah blah. And it's from an old guy that was sort of sat over in the corner, and he could have come up and disturbed me in the middle of my meal. Like, I wouldn't have minded. I'd have come up and spoke to him. But he sent me a message, and just little things like that sort of make you realise what you've done in the game. And I feel like I got a lot more to give.
Excellent.
Cheers.
You said that maybe your biggest weakness are your eyes.
100%.
Yes.
100%. There's nothing else other than.
Have you been to the doctor, or have you tried wearing
Yeah,
glasses?
I've been to the optician, and they say, like, your eyes are healthy, but I think it's just something that's passed down in my genes. My nan's got the same, that her eyes are healthy, but for whatever reason she can't see very well. The same with my dad as well, and obviously they've passed it to me. So look, I've not known any different. I'm wearing contacts now, but I still, it's better than it was. Like, the board isn't blurry like it used to be. I played for 10 years with the board being blurry, where you've got to ask on every treble and every double, is that in, or whatever else. And when George Noble said you hit a treble 7 and 7-19, I was like, you're having a laugh. It's one of them. But look, I got over the line, and there's nothing more you can really do for that.
What kind of disease or sickness is it?
I don't know, but like, I've got astigmatism in my eye, so my eye, instead of being round, is like a rugby ball shape instead of round. So the light doesn't go in and to the back of your eye; it sort of goes in at a funny angle, so it makes your eyesight blurry.
But it's nothing that is said to be going worse over the years?
No. I had an eyesight test 2 years ago, and I went in a couple of weeks ago, and they said it's exactly the same as a couple of years ago, so it's not got any worse. They said, you don't drive without your glasses, do you? Because that's not legally allowed to drive without your glasses. And I said, sort of no. So I have contacts or glasses to drive, and I'm on the legal limit to be able to drive with glasses on. So if I wear glasses, not drive it, then that's it. Crashing into all sorts.
You won't remember, but 2 years ago we were talking about your hair. Mm-hmm. You told me, I think you were in the 40s or 50s of the Order of Merit that time. Not sure, but somewhere. You told me when you become a world-class player, or a big one, top 20, top 16, something like that, you would maybe do it for charity, to get money for it. And I was thinking, when I watched the darts...
you stitched me up here, ain't you?
Because now you're kind of a dark horse of this tournament, maybe even more. Mm-hmm. So what about your hair?
Yeah, look,
it must be the right...
My hair comes from when I used to skateboard when I was 13, 14.
I
like it, I like it, yeah.
Never change the women's
my son now, he's 7, he likes skateboarding, he tries to do tricks, and I try to show him a few things, because I can still have to it, but obviously I can't risk too much in case I fall off my wrist or something and I can't play, you know. So, you know, if I win this tournament, then for you, I may change that. For you right there. No pressure.
But do you remember?
For you right there.
But you don't remember.
I do remember that. I do remember.
Talk 2 years ago. Really?
Yeah, I remember that. 100%.
Yeah, but you said.
So if I win this tournament, it's getting thin enough as it is. So.
But now you're saying if you win the tournament, 2 years ago you were saying when I really become a top player.
Yeah, forget about that. Forget about that.
Come on.
I don't believe that. Bring that up for now. It's gonna be.
So I cheer for Searle.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, we like it. Yeah, we like that.
It's good to have high expectations.
Yeah, true.
Shows
Yeah.
where you've come to.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank you, Ryan.
Cheers.